Today, we're diving deep into the razor-thin line between a celebrity's private life and their public performance. And let's be honest, for the Kardashian Jenner family, that line has basically dissolved. We're going to look at how every single thing, every relationship, every failure, even a late-night bag of chips, gets spun into this never-ending public story.
And really, that's the big question here, isn't it? It's a line that's become so blurry, especially when you look at what's been going on with Kylie Jenner, with Kim Kardashian, and their whole world. It's a place where, honestly, perception seems to matter a whole lot more than reality.
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to set the stage by looking at the insane level of scrutiny these people live under every single day. Then, we'll get into two really fascinating case studies. First, Kylie's relationship, where what she wanted in public totally crashed against private reality. And then, Kim's career, where failure and success are, well, they're basically the same thing now. After that, we'll see how even their most real moments are still part of the show, before we ask the big question. In this world, is there even a difference between the show and real life anymore?
So to really get any of this, you have to understand the world they live in. It's not just being famous, it's living your entire life under a microscope. Every single move, every business deal, every choice they make is instantly blasted out to the world and picked apart minute by millions and millions of people. It's constant.
And you know, a perfect example of this pressure cooker is what's been happening with Kylie Jenner and her relationship with the actor Timothée Chalamet. Now, fans have been watching them like hawks for months, but things just took a very sharp turn.
So, picture this. Timothée is doing this huge interview with Vogue magazine. It's a big deal, right? He's kicking off the press tour for a new movie. The platform doesn't get much bigger. And, of course, the reporter asks him about this new phase in his life, specifically about Kylie. And his answer? Well, nobody saw it coming.
You have to think about the usual celebrity playbook here. You'd expect a polite no comment, maybe a little smile, and then move on. But instead, he gives them this. I just don't have anything to say. It's not just a no comment, it's a complete shutdown. And the source mentioned that he even clarified it wasn't out of fear, which almost makes it sound colder, more deliberate. That one sentence just sent absolute shockwaves through their fan bases.
And this right here, this is the core of the whole problem. According to sources, Kylie thought they were done hiding. I mean, she had flown all the way to Budapest to see him on set. She was putting in the work. She was apparently expecting him to finally go public, to celebrate their relationship. And what did she get instead? A casual dismissal that basically pretended she didn't exist in his public life at that moment. Ouch.
And boom! This is where the performance kicks into high gear. Behind closed doors, sources are saying she was absolutely raging, shocked, and heartbroken. But what did the rest of us see on Instagram? Happy pictures. A curated image of someone who is totally fine, totally unbothered. It's the ultimate celebrity paradox. Complete chaos on the inside, total perfection on the outside.
Now, this whole idea of public perception versus private reality, it's not just a Kylie thing. Her sister, Kim Kardashian, is living her own version of this paradox, dealing with a very public failure right alongside a truly confusing massive success.
So for the last 6 years, we've all watched Kim on this journey to become a lawyer. She just announced that she didn't pass the California bar exam, which, by the way, is one of the hardest in the entire country. For most of us, that would be a private, maybe embarrassing moment. But for Kim, it becomes a public announcement. But she didn't frame it as a failure at all.
See? Instead of hiding it, she completely took control of the story. She posted this message, turning what is objectively a failure into this inspiring story about resilience and fuel for the fire. It is, you have to admit, a masterclass in personal branding. But while she was dealing with this real academic struggle, something totally different was happening in her day job, being an entertainer.
Her new show on Hulu, All's Fair, came out, and the reviews were, well, they were brutal. Critics absolutely hated it. The show has a dismal 5% on Rotten Tomatoes. People were calling it nasty, nefarious. Some even said it was the worst acting they'd ever seen. By any normal standard, this thing was a complete and total disaster.
But then, this happened. Despite the critics hating it, the audience, they just didn't care. At all. In fact, they did the exact opposite. They watched it in huge numbers. The show became the #1 most watched scripted series on Hulu in 3 years. This isn't just a win. It's a phenomenon that basically gives the middle finger to critical opinion.
And this tweet just captures the whole thing perfectly. The person literally says the acting is terrible, the story is predictable, and then says, I'm obsessed. I need 14 seasons. It just shows this huge disconnect, right? Critics are looking for art, for quality. But a giant chunk of the audience, they just want a spectacle. Kim's show proves that in today's world, being good doesn't matter nearly as much as being popular.
So this constant performance, it's not just about the big career moves or the relationships. No. It trickles down to the smallest, most seemingly random, candid moments, which are immediately caught on camera, picked apart, and turned into more content for the machine.
Okay, take this moment. Kylie's showing up to her mom's 70th birthday party. This is a huge event. We're talking Oprah, Adele, the whole 9 yards. And as she gets out of her car, she's photographed flipping off the cameras. So what was it? Was it real frustration? Was it a calculated I'm a rebel moment? Or was it maybe all the stress from the relationship drama boiling over? Who knows? But the internet immediately exploded with 1,000 different theories, all from one single photo.
And the show didn't stop there. Later that night, Kylie posts this really weird, rambling video on her Instagram. She seems a little drunk, she's messing with her friends, and she's sort of playfully but also kind of seriously hoarding a bag of potato chips. The whole thing is shot to feel really intimate, like you're right there at a sleepover. But it's being broadcast to hundreds of millions of people.
And this line from the video instantly became a meme because the idea of a billionaire carefully rationing out single potato chips to her friends is it's absurd. It's so weirdly captivating. It's a moment that's somehow both super relatable, who hasn't been protective of their snacks, and at the same time completely surreal. It just perfectly captures the bizarre reality of her life, where even getting the munchies becomes global entertainment.
So when you put all of this together, you can only come to one conclusion. For this family, there is no off-season. There's no final episode. The show literally never ends. One drama just bleeds into the next, which sets the stage for the next one after that in this nonstop 24/7 cycle of news and content.
And you can already see the next chapters being written. Kim will continue her very public quest to pass the bar exam. The cast of her show, All's Fair, is all over social media, laughing at the critics and celebrating their huge ratings. And then, on the sidelines, you've got new storylines starting to brew, like the rumors that their friend Hailey Bieber is about to launch a music career. The machine just keeps on churning.
Which, of course, brings us all the way back to that first question we asked. In this world, in an economy where attention is the only thing that's really valuable, does the line between a private life and a public performance even exist anymore? Or has it just completely vanished, leaving us with only one thing that's real, the performance itself?